The standoff between Iran, Israel, and United States is intensifying with powerful warnings exchanged across capitals and fears of a wider conflict going day by day. On Wednesday, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei issued a stern message to Washington saying the United States would suffer irreparable harm if it continued to interfere in the Iran-Israel conflict. Just hours later, US President Donald Trump responded with ambiguity, telling reporters at the White House, "I may do it, I may not do it. Nobody knows what I'm going to do," in a truly Trumpian style. President Trump was addressing questions on whether the US would join Israel and in its military campaign against Iran. He added that his patience was wearing thin, though he stopped short of committing to a direct military action. Ayatollah Khamenei hit back at what he called Ayatollah Ali Khamenei hit back at what he called a demand for unconditional surrender from Tehran. Quote, "The US president threatens us with absurd rhetoric. The Iranian nation is not frightened by such threats," unquote. Meanwhile, Israel says Iran has continued to target civilian areas, claiming multiple missile attacks for a sixth consecutive day. Air raid sirens rang out across major cities on Wednesday evening as residents were told to seek shelter immediately. Both Israel and United States have maintained that Iran must never acquire a nuclear weapon. While Israel has already carried out strikes on above-ground nuclear sites, some of Iran's key enrichment facilities, Israel says, remain underground. US officials say Iran's uranium enrichment has reached 60%, just shy of weapons grade. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said this cannot be allowed. President Trump echoed that view, saying they cannot have a nuclear weapon. However, Iran MFA spokesperson has now been quoting IAEA director's comments, wherein he had said that Iran was nowhere close to developing a nuclear bomb. Rafal M. had said, quote, "We did not have any evidence of a systematic effort by Iran to move into nuclear weapon." To this, Ismail Baghei replied on social media, "This is too late, Mr. Grossi. You obscured this truth in your absolutely biased report that was instrumentalized by E3 and US to craft a resolution with baseless allegation of non-compliance. The same resolution was then utilized as a final pretext by a warmongering regime to wage a war of aggression on Iran and to launch an unlawful attack on our peaceful nuclear facilities." He then asked, "Do you know how many innocent Iranians have been killed, maimed as a result of the, quote, criminal war? Misleading narratives have dire consequences," he said, and demanded accountability. Quote, "You betrayed the non-proliferation regime. You made IAEA a partner to this unjust war of aggression. You turned IAEA into a tool of convenience for your non-NPT members to derive."